Sometimes kindness arrives in the most unexpected moments, right when life feels heavy and unfair. This is one of those stories. A simple traffic stop, a tired single dad, a police officer with a choice to make, and a moment that changed more than just one afternoon. Stay with me, because what began as a ticket turned into something no one saw coming. Before we dive into the story, if you enjoy emotional, inspiring stories about real-life kindness, make sure to subscribe to your channel name, hit the like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us keep bringing meaningful stories like this to you. Now let me tell you what happened. It was a cold Tuesday afternoon in a quiet suburban town in the United States. The sky was gray, the kind of gray that made everything feel heavier than usual. Daniel Parker gripped the steering wheel tightly as he pulled his old sedan to the side of the road. The red and blue lights flashing behind him made his heart sink. Daniel was 34 years old, a single dad to a 7-year-old daughter named Lily. Since his wife passed away 3 years earlier, life had become a non-stop balancing act. Work, school drop-offs, late-night homework, cooking dinners, and stretching every dollar until it almost snapped. He hadn't had a break in years. That day, he was late again. Lily had stayed home from school with a mild fever, and Daniel had begged his boss for a few extra minutes. Now he was speeding, just a little, trying to make it on time before another warning at work turned into something worse. The police officer stepped out of her patrol car calmly. She was young, maybe late 20s, with her blonde hair tied neatly back. Her uniform was crisp, and her expression was professional but not cold. "Good afternoon, sir," she said gently. "I'm Officer Emily Carter. Do you know why I pulled you over?" Daniel swallowed. "I was speeding. I know. I'm really sorry." Emily nodded and asked for his license and registration. As Daniel reached into the glove compartment, his hands trembled slightly. He hated this feeling, the fear, the embarrassment, the reminder that he was always one small problem away from everything falling apart. Emily glanced inside the car and noticed the booster seat in the back. A small pink backpack rested on the seat beside it. "You have a child?" she asked. "Yes," Daniel replied. "My daughter, Lily." Emily's expression softened just a little. She returned to her car to run his information while Daniel stared straight ahead, already calculating how much the ticket would cost. That money had been set aside for groceries, or Lily's school supplies, or the heating bill. When Emily came back, she was holding her ticket pad. "Mr. Parker," she said, "you were going 15 miles over the speed limit." Daniel nodded. "I understand. I wasn't paying attention. That's on me." Emily began writing. The scratching sound of the pen felt louder than it should have. Daniel's chest tightened. "I just want you to know," he added quietly, "I'm not making excuses. Life's been a little hard lately." Emily paused for a moment and looked up at him. "What do you do for work?" "I work at a warehouse," Daniel said. "Early mornings, long shifts." "And your wife?" she asked, then quickly added, "If you don't mind me asking." Daniel hesitated, then answered softly, "She passed away 3 years ago." Something changed in Emily's eyes. The pen stopped moving. "I'm sorry," she said sincerely. "Thank you," Daniel replied. "It's just me and Lily now." Emily took a deep breath and glanced at the ticket she was halfway through writing. For a long moment she said nothing. Then she surprised him. "If you weren't married," she said slowly, almost joking, "I'd add my number to this ticket instead." Daniel blinked, confused. "I'm not married." Emily smiled slightly, then caught herself and cleared her throat. "Sorry, that came out wrong." Daniel chuckled weakly. It was the first time he'd smiled all day. Emily folded the ticket pad shut. "Here's what I'm going to do," she said. "I'm giving you a warning." Daniel's eyes widened. "Really?" "Yes," she said firmly, "but only if you promise me something. Anything," he said quickly. "Slow down," Emily said. "Your daughter needs you safe, and so does the rest of the world." Daniel nodded, emotion rising in his throat. "I promise." Emily handed back his documents and then hesitated. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a small card. It wasn't her personal number. It was something else. "This is for a local community center," she explained. "They help single parents, food assistance, childcare programs, even counseling if you ever need it." Daniel stared at the card like it was gold. "I didn't know this existed," he said. "A lot of people don't," Emily replied. "And one more thing." She reached into her patrol car and came back with a small brown paper bag. "I keep these for families who might need them," she said. "There's some snacks, juice boxes, and a gift card inside. It's not official police stuff, just something I do." Daniel couldn't speak, his eyes filled with tears. "Thank you," he finally whispered. "You have no idea what this means." Emily smiled warmly. "I think I do." As Daniel drove away, he felt lighter than he had in years. Not because he avoided a ticket, but because someone saw him. Someone chose kindness when they didn't have to. That night, when he tucked Lily into bed, she noticed the grocery bag on the counter. "Daddy?" she asked. "Are we okay?" Daniel smiled and brushed her hair back. "Yeah, sweetheart, we are." Weeks later, Daniel visited the community center. He got help with childcare, met other parents like him, and slowly began rebuilding a sense of hope. Life didn't magically become easy, but it became manageable. And Emily? She never thought much about that traffic stop again. To her, it was just another shift, another choice. But years later, she received a letter at the police station. It was from Daniel. He wrote about Lily, about how she was doing well in school, about how he got promoted at work, about how that one moment of kindness kept him from giving up on a day when he was close to breaking. At the bottom of the letter, he wrote, "Thank you for seeing me as a person, not a problem." Emily sat quietly for a long time after reading it. Kindness doesn't always look big. Sometimes it looks like a warning instead of a ticket, a resource card instead of judgment. A few kind words when someone feels invisible, and sometimes that kindness can change a life. If this story moved you, remember this. You never know what someone is carrying when they cross your path. A small act of kindness could be the reason they keep going. Let's choose compassion. Let's choose understanding. And let's spread kindness, one moment at a time.